This one comes to us from 2017. It's gonna be a good one. Like always, if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button down below and let's get to the video. Bill and Mike are best friends from college, who have been meaning to take a camping trip for years. Finally, they decide to put it together and make it happen. They head out into the woods near their town and set up camp. They spend the first night telling stories around the campfire and drinking some beer. They hear some weird noises at night, but chalk it up to the wind and go to sleep anyway. In the morning after, of course, Bill snores very loudly all night. They wake up, make some breakfast, grab their things, and head back home. That's when the trouble starts. As they start to walk away, they notice large footprints near the fire pit where they had made their campfire the night before. At first, Bill thinks it's bear tracks. Then he looks closer and realizes it's something else entirely. He turns to Mike and says, "Dude, we need to get out of here right now." Bill grabs his things and runs to his car. Mike, being the skeptic that he is, decides to look around a little bit longer. Bill gets in his car and starts to drive off. Mike continues to search for more evidence. Then suddenly he hears branches snapping in the forest behind him. Looking over his shoulder, he sees 4 Bigfoots chasing after him. What follows is a high-speed chase through the woods between Mike and these 4 big. As the story goes, the Bigfoots are fast and soon catch up to Mike. He turns around and sees them right behind him. At this point, Mike drops his backpack and runs as fast as he can to his car. Luckily, he makes it and speeds off as the Bigfoots continue to chase him. As Mike drives, he hears a loud crash and sees one of the Bigfoots standing next to his car. The Bigfoot reaches inside and grabs his backpack. Then all 4 Bigfoots run off into the woods. Mike calls Bill and tells him to turn around and come back. When Bill gets back to the scene, he finds Mike's backpack on the ground. He picks it up, looks inside, and sees that everything is soaked. Now, obviously, there's no way that anyone could survive a Bigfoot encounter. So Bill figures that Mike must have gotten away. They start driving slowly through the woods looking for Mike, but they don't find anything. Just as they're about to give up, they see Mike's car abandoned on the side of the road. They run over and check to see if he's okay, but he's nowhere to be found. They call the police and report him missing, but as far as I know, they never found him. The story ends with Bill still convinced that Mike was taken by Bigfoot and the police, thinking that Mike just ran off into the woods and would turn up eventually. But we all know what really happened. Mike was taken by Bigfoot, and those Bigfoot are really territorial. We should have known that when he didn't answer the phone call. Of course, if he had an opportunity, he probably would have called Bill. But how much battery does a cell phone really have? And how long could he have really gone without charging it? Well, in Mike's case, not long enough. I think that there's definitely a lot of things that need explaining here. No. One, why were there 4 Bigfoots travel in groups sometimes, and usually it's a mother, father, and their children. Or you might have a group of teenage males that travel together, kind of like a wolf pack. But usually it's never just a random group of Bigfoots traveling together. There's always some sort of familial or friendly bond that brings them together. So are these Bigfoots related somehow? Maybe brothers, maybe sons and a father. Who knows? Well, maybe we'll find out someday. No. 2. What was the Bigfoot doing, taking Mike's backpack? Well, this could mean a few things. The most obvious is that they wanted to steal his stuff, which makes sense. If it's their territory and they see you there, they may become aggressive because they feel threatened, or they may try to steal your stuff simply because they can. But it could also mean that they wanted to send him a message. You know, maybe Mike did something to piss them off. Maybe he took something from their territory, like a rock or a branch or something like that. Or maybe they just wanted to scare him and teach him a lesson. Finally, no. 3. Why did the Bigfoot leave him alone after that? Well, maybe it's because they got bored. Bigfoot are known for being very intelligent creatures. They understand human language. They're capable of complex thought, and they know that humans aren't worth their time. In my opinion, I think they just wanted to scare him. They knew that he wouldn't make it too far without his cell phone, and that it wouldn't last too long before he came back to this area. So they waited until he got close, and then reached in and grabbed his backpack. Then they left him alone because they didn't want to waste any more time than necessary. I think this is a very plausible story, and I believe that Bigfoot are real. I believe that we've seen multiple Bigfoot in different parts of the world, and I think they're intelligent and curious creatures that simply want to be left alone. And if we could just leave them alone, then maybe we wouldn't have so many negative encounters with them. I think that if you show them respect and you show them kindness, they'll do the same back to you. But when you go into their territory, you should expect the unexpected and you should always be ready for anything. So, what do you guys think about this one? Do you think that these two friends encountered something otherworldly? Let me know in the comments below. Also, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single video. This is your host, and as always, thanks for watching. Stay curious.